Hello, everyone, and welcome into Wisconsin Valley Conference softball right here on Zaleski Sports. Here in this one, the Marshfield Tigers host the DC Everest Evergreens coming into this one. My name is Cale Jacoby. Glad to be here on a Tuesday night. Marshfield comes in at 4-2 overall, 1-2 in conference play. They're fourth in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. DC Everest comes in at 7-0. 4-0 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. This is the first matchup between these two teams thus far this season. As they go through starting lineups here, and we will do the same, starting with the visiting DC Everest Evergreens. We'll start with the batting lineup for the Evergreens. Leading off, it'll be the center fielder, Sydney Spear. Batting second, the second baseman, Kelsey Woolley. Batting third, the catcher, Caitlin Kressel. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Mara Meverden. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Dakota Witucky. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Brooke Brown. Out of the seventh spot, the first baseman, Taylor Friedel. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Lily Jessen. Batting ninth is the designated player, Kelsey Meverden. And on the mound tonight for DC Everest is Ella Zekaris. DC Everest coached by Katie Schulfer. And now for the home team, the Marshfield Tigers. And we'll go through the outfield for the Marshfield Tigers. Starting out there on the mound is the pitcher Caitlin Sternweiss. Catching tonight is Raina Manlick. Starting at first base, it's Madison Kraus. Starting at second, Liliana Anaya. At shortstop, it's Ashlyn Barwick. Starting at third, Lydia Garvin. Out there in left field, it's Delaney Varsho. In center, Shyla Brogan. And in right field, it is Taylor Weiss for the Marshfield Tigers. And with that, as they finish them up here from Marshfield, we're going to step aside briefly and be back with the start of this one right after this on your hometown Wisconsin Sports Network, Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted Best Pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli bacon cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we're just about ready to get things started here in Marshfield. Word from our friends over at Ag Country. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Once again, as mentioned, it is Caitlin Sternweiss getting the start on the mound here in this one for the Tigers. And see earlier in the season for Marshfield softball game, and Sternweiss started that one as well. That was a Marshfield win. That was Wausau West. That was just a couple of weeks ago. against Wausau West. Marshfield got that win 8-2, and that was Marshfield's last home game. They went at Wisconsin Rapids, lost in that one, then lost to Stevens Point after starting the season with 4 straight wins against Rice Lake, Lakeland, Rhinelander, and Wausau West. A couple of losses, Rapids and Stevens Point, and the Tigers looking to get back on that winning streak they had to start this season, but they got a tough matchup here in this one. It's the DC Everest Evergreens again. They're 7-0. Coming into this matchup, 4-0 in the Wisconsin Valley. Leading off, it is the center fielder, Sydney Spear, for the Evergreens, and swings and misses on pitch number 1. Does Sydney Spear. Oh and 1. Spear lines that one out into center field. That's all the way back to the wall, and Spear has got a stand-up lead-off double to start things off for the Evergreens. So Sydney Spear with the double. Again, that's the first time these two teams have matched up so far this season. They'll play one more time. That one will be in DC Everest. Now up to bat, the second baseman, Kelsey Woolley, with a runner at second and no outs. Woolley drops the bunt down. Can she get there? No, that's out number 1 as Woolley grounds out on the bunt. She does advance Sydney Spear to third, though. On to the number 3 spot in the order, the catcher, Caitlin Kressel. And Kressel pops that one up out into right. Will be caught for out number 2. Runner sent home, and that'll be run number 1 scored for DC Everest. A quick one put up for the Evergreens as Spear comes in off the sacrifice fly from Caitlin Kressel.
Now batting, Mara Meverden.
So Kressel, the sac fly to right for out number 2. Now Mara Meverden up to bat for the Evergreens. First one, a strike to Meverden. Nobody on and 2 outs. Sternweiss in the circle. That one just misses outside for a ball. 1-1 the count now to Meverden. And that one's going to be popped up, shallow right. This one could fall, and it does. And that was going to be a tough play to range back. I'll give it a hit for Meverden. So Meverden with the base hit sits at first. And now to the 5 spot in the order, it's the shortstop, Dakota Witucky, with a runner at first and 2 outs. Sternweiss on the pitch. That one misses high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count here to Witucky. And Witucky fouls that back. Count evens up at 1-1 now. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2 the count now. This is as many pitches as Sternweiss has thrown to one single batter. 3. DC Everest swinging early. And that one fouled back. Count remains 1-2 here to Witucky, just trying to stay alive at the plate. Again, a runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. DC Everest leads it 1-0. That score was on a sacrifice fly from Kressel that brought in Sydney Spear. That one's going to miss high for a ball, evens up the count at 2-2. And Sternweiss in the circle in this one. She was our Highlight House player of the game in that Wausau West matchup earlier this season. Swing and a miss as Dakota Witucky goes down swinging for out number 3, and that will do it for the top of the first. But DC Everest puts up 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left stranded, and it is Evergreens 1, Tigers 0 after 1 half inning. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley softball action right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Partners Bank, better together.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Do you work in the medical field? We at Wheelers want to thank you by offering the supplier pricing for everyone. If you are a firefighter, EMT, police officer, nurse, if you're in the medical field, stop on down and talk to one of our sales consultants and see how you can take advantage of the great rebates on supplier pricing at Wheelers Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. 1-0 Evergreens over the Tigers. It is Marshfield up to bat here in the bottom of the first. And leading things off here in this one for Marshfield is the third baseman, Lydia Garvin. Starting on the mound for the Evergreens once again is Ella Zekaris. And first one fouled off at the plate to Garvin. 0-1 the count now. Swing and a miss. Zekaris hits that one right by Garvin that time. Quickly 0-2 here. Garvin going to have to battle away at the plate here. And that's low for a ball. 1-2 the count. And here is the 1-2. And that's going to be popped back out of play, foul. And the count remains 1-2 as Garvin just swinging at anything close with those two strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and away. There's a ball. Garvin slowly trying to battle back in the count here. Count evens up at 2-2 now. And that misses inside. So Garvin has got this all the way back to a full count after it was 0-2. Fouled a couple off, took 3 balls, and now it's full to Lydia Garvin. Zekaris on the pitch and fouls that off, and she hit herself in the elbow there on the foul. It is pretty brisk out today. Very similar weather that we had yesterday, low 40s and just a slight breeze, pretty cloudy. So that one's fouled off again. And that one gonna miss. Ball 4, and what an at-bat that time for Lydia Garvin. Looks at 2 strikes, battles away a couple of foul balls, and 3 balls thrown, and fouls another one off and gets ball 4. Garvin is walked. Now the shortstop, Ashlyn Barwick, up to bat. She shows bunt. And she made contact there. I was looking down at my book. Call it 0-1. Shows bunt again and fouls it off again. 0-2 the count now to Barwick, and Barwick's going to have to take a look at that last at-bat from her teammate, Lydia Garvin, and maybe try to replicate that. Starting off 0-2 and battle back to get walked. Zekaris, though, looking for a strikeout, and she's got it. Barwick goes down swinging for out number 1. Strikeout number 1 of the night for Ella Zekaris in the circle. So one down now with a runner at first for the center fielder, Shyla Brogan. And Brogan looks at a ball. 1-0 to Brogan. Swing and a miss from Brogan that time. Evens up the count at 1-1. And Brogan pops that one back and out of play. Foul. And now the count heads to 1-2 to Shyla Brogan. And Zekaris on the mound for the DC Everest Evergreens. And that one grounded foul. Fouled at the plate, the umpire says. And the count remains 1-2. And fouled back again as Brogan continues to battle at the plate here. And these Marshfield Tiger batters not making it easy on Zekaris to retire them here. Each batter has had 2 strikes now and fouls it off again. And Lydia Garvin had 2 strikes, wound up battling back and getting walked. And Ashlyn Barwick had 2 strikes, and Zekaris was able to strike her out. But now Brogan continues to foul off these pitches. And grounds that one over to third. Here's the throw to second for out number 1. To first, not going to be in time. So they get they get Garvin heading to second for the force out number 2. Brogan reaches first on the fielder's choice. And now to the 4 spot in the order, it's the first baseman, Madison Kraus, with 2 down and a runner at first. That one's way low in the turf, and here's the throw and the tag. That's out number 3, and that's going to do it for the bottom half of the first. Wound up being a 3-up, 3-down inning. A little bit of an unconventional way to have that happen, but there it is. 3 down, and your score remains 1-0 DC Everest over Marshfield. We will step aside and be back with the top of the second inning right after this on your hometown Wisconsin Sports Network, Zaleski Sports.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggleworms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning. It's Brooke Brown, the left fielder, up to bat. 6, 7, 8 spots due up for DC Everest. Starting with Brooke Brown. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. A swing and a miss there. And the count evens up to 1-1 here to Brooke Brown. That was, so a swing and a miss on that last pitch. 1-1 the count. And that's going to be hit out into right field, and that hit hard past the right fielder. Brown's got at least 2. She's going to go for 3, and she'll have it. A leadoff stand-up triple for Brooke Brown. So Brown holds up at third, and a triple for Brooke Brown.
First baseman Taylor Friedel.
Now up to bat out of the 7th spot, the first baseman Taylor Friedel. Swing and a miss from Friedel that time. 0-1 the count. It's again Sternweiss on the mound for the Tigers. That one's going to miss high for a ball. 1-1 the count now to Friedel. Friedel grounds that one to first through the glove, and run will score on the air. That'll be an E3. And Brooke Brown comes home to score, and the Evergreens now go up 2-0 here in this one. Again, it's Brown coming across to score. Friedel reaches on the air, and showing bunt, that's a strike, is the right fielder Lily Jessen. So Jessen going to have an 0-1 count with the runner at first and no outs. Shows bunt again, doesn't make contact. And it's quickly 0-2 here to Jessen. That one misses high and away for a ball. 1-2 the count now to Jessen. That one called strike 3, and Jessen goes down looking for out number 1. That's strikeout number 2 on the night for Caitlin Sternweiss out there on the mound. So Jessen goes down looking now to the 9 spot, the designated player, Kelsey Meverden. Meverden swings and misses on pitch number 1. 0-1 to Meverden. And that one popped back foul. And the count now to 0-2. That one way high in air and pitch, and it'll allow Friedel to advance to second base. 1-2. The count now to Meverden. Two to nothing DC Everest as that one's fouled back. Count remains 1-2. That one's low for a ball. Now the count evens up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 from Sternweiss, and that's going to be grounded up the middle. Slow roller. Here's the throw to first. There's out number 2. Friedel advances to third. It's a ground out for Kelsey Meverden as the shortstop Ashlyn Barwick makes the play. And the throw to first now back to the top of the order for the Evergreens. It is the center fielder, Sydney Spear. Spear's 1 for 1. She had that leadoff double to start the first inning for the Evergreens. And that's a ball, 1-0 here to Spear. And a swing and a miss that time. And it evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, another swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now to Spear. And that one hit hard out into left, ranging back and dropped out there in left field. And Spear is going to be all the way to third on the air, and a run scores for DC Everest. 3-0. As that'll be an E7. Spear all the way to third base, brings in Friedel for run number 3. And it's 3-0 DC Everest over Marshfield. Now the second baseman, Kelsey Woolley, the swing and a miss. 0-1 here to Woolley. She's 0-for-1 in her one at-bat, had a ground out in the first inning. And that's going to be fouled off. Count now 0-2 to Woolley. Swing and a miss, and Woolley goes down swinging for out number 3 to end the top of the second inning. Strikeout number 3 for Caitlin Sternweiss on the mound. But DC Everest, they put up 2 more runs here in the second inning on 1 hit and 2 errors. 3-0 DC Everest after 1.5. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Mall Furniture has every type of chair you can think of. Lazy Boy, Best Swivel, Queen Anne, Marshfield, all types of lift chairs. We have it all. All are ready to pick up and take home today. Mall Furniture sells locally made products and is proud to serve Central Wisconsin. We've been family owned and operated for over 45 years and looking forward to many more. Have a look at us online at mallfurniturewi.com.
Mall Furniture, where value is yours.
For years, our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Welcome back, everybody, as 3-0 DC Everest. And so it's Kelsey Meverden on the mound. Probably should have noticed that, but on the lineup, we got Kelsey Meverden's listed as a designated player in the batting lineup. On the lineup, it is Ella Zekaris that is listed as the pitcher on the lineup, but that is Kelsey Meverden out there on the mound. Oh, they're number 1 and number 7, so they do look similar number-wise. But it is Kelsey Meverden on the mound as Madison Kraus goes down swinging for out number 1 for Marshfield. So just got that cleared up. I think somebody from DC Everest came up and cleared up the pitcher situation here. 1 down as Kraus goes down with the strikeout. That's strikeout number 2 on the night for Kelsey Meverden. And now up to bat it is Raina Manlick, the catcher, and it's 0-1 to Manlick. But again, I'm just double-checking my lineup here, and Ella Zekaris is listed as the pitcher on the lineup we were given up here in the press box. As that's going to be a hit for Raina Manlick. But that's all right. Sometimes mistakes happen, and it is clearly, though, you look out there, it is Kelsey Meverden. It is number 1 out there on the mound. And Manlick with the base hit. First hit of the game for the Marshfield Tigers as 1 down and a runner at first. Now up to bat, the pitcher, Caitlin Sternweiss. And Sternweiss shows bunt, gets it down. Here's the throw to first. And the sacrifice from Sternweiss as she's out. So Sternweiss grounds out, but gets Manlick to second. So Manlick now in scoring position with 2 down, and now up to bat the second baseman, Liliana Anaya. And now we're going to have a meeting between the 2 umpires here, it looks like. And I think the 2 umpires are talking about the pitcher situation too. That's my guess. Now, I could be wrong. No, we're getting a substitution. But again, it wouldn't, if the lineup's got 7 as the pitcher, that may have been something the umpire said to get through. But no, we got a runner coming in for Sternweiss. It is Lexi Fisher coming in to run for Sternweiss, for the pitcher Sternweiss. 2 down and a runner at first, as there's the throw to first in time. And I thought that was out number 3. Oh, so they must have called Sternweiss safe at first. And Manlick out, going to second. Liliana Anaya is up to bat here, but Sternweiss had to have been called safe at second because there's a pinch runner for her. So Sternweiss must have reached on the fielder's choice there. Again, it looked like they called out at first. And Manlick was out heading to second. As that's going to be hit out into right field. That's a base hit for Liliana Anaya. And a run coming around and scoring. Lexi Fisher crosses home. It's an RBI base hit for Liliana Anaya. And Marshfield puts up their first run of the night.
Now batting, right fielder Taylor Weiss.
So it was Fisher coming around to score, and out of the 8th spot in the order, the right fielder Taylor Weiss. And that one's going to miss outside for a ball. 1-0 now to Weiss. As that's going to be popped foul and out of play. Count evens up at 1-1 now to Weiss. And runner at first and 2 outs here for Weiss. Looks at the 1-1 count. That one just misses inside and low for a ball. 2-1 now to Weiss. That's in there for a strike. 2-2 the count now to Weiss. And that one's going to be grounded to short. Here's the throw to first, and there is out number 3. So that'll do it for the second inning. But Marshfield puts up 1 run here in the inning on 2 hits, and they leave 1 runner stranded. So at the end of 2 complete, it's 3-1 DC Everest over Marshfield. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference softball action right after this on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
I really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the third inning, 3-1 DC Everest. And it is DC Everest here up to bat. It's the top of the order, and there is Sydney Spear all the way out into left and a flyout. Rather, not Spear. Caitlin Kressel. My mistake. Caitlin Kressel flies out to left for out number 1.
Baseman, Mara Meverden.
Now to the 4 spot in the order. So it's the 3, 4, 5 spots due up. Kressel at the 3 just flew out now. Mara Meverden, the third baseman, grounds it to third. Here's the throw to first in time for out number 2. So Meverden grounds out. And 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the third. So it was Lydia Garvin making the play there at third base for the Tigers. Now up to bat is the shortstop, Dakota Witucky. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout here in this one. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count now to Witucky. And that's popped up. It'll stay in the field of play over there by first, and it's dropped. But it goes foul. And Marshfield committing more errors in this one than I think we're accustomed to seeing from this Tigers team. At least the team I was present for a couple of weeks ago. And that one's going to miss high for a ball. 1-2 the count now to Witucky. And again, this obviously not the team you want to be giving extra runs to. This DC Everest team undefeated coming into this game. That's popped up. That'll be out of play and foul. Count remains 1-2 to Witucky. Here's the 1-2. Misses high for a ball. Now the count evens up at 2-2 to Witucky. That's going to miss high, and 3-2. Now the count runs full to Witucky, who's battled back in the count here. And that is going to miss high and away. Ball 4. Sternweiss walks Witucky. First base runner of the inning for DC Everest. Again, it was Kressel flying out in 1 pitch, Meverden grounding out in 1 pitch, but now Witucky is walked. And here's the left fielder, Brooke Brown. Brown's 1 for 1 in as many at-bats. She had a triple in her 1 at-bat. That one missed for a ball. 1-0 here to Brown. That misses high. Ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch just misses high for ball 3. So 3 balls thrown in 3 pitches to Brooke Brown here. And Sternweiss with some work to do in the circle here. Swing and a miss. There's a strike. 3-1 the count now to Brooke Brown. And that's in there again. Called strike 2. And now this is a full count. Here to Brooke Brown. And Brown pops that back foul. Count remains 3-2. Runner at first and 2 outs here to Brown. And that's in the dirt, or in the turf, I should say, for ball 4. So back-to-back batters walked. Sternweiss on the mound. Both of them had a full count. So now 2 runners on and 2 outs for the first baseman, Taylor Friedel. That's in there for a strike to Friedel. Friedel reached on an error, her first at bat, and that one low and errant pitch. Runners will advance as the count evens up to 1-1. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Evergreens. Here's the 1-1. And that one lined out into right. That's a base hit. It'll bring home 1 run. Make it another. That's a 2 RBI base hit for Taylor Friedel as the Evergreens go up 5-1 on the Marshfield Tigers. So Witucky comes around to score. Brooke Brown comes around to score. And it's the RBI base hit for Taylor Friedel. 2 RBI base hit, rather. Now Lily Jessen, that one deep out into center, and it's caught for out number 3. So that will do it for the top of the 3rd inning. On 1 hit and 2 walks, DC Everest scores another 2 runs. It's 5-0. DC Everest leads Marshfield after 2.5. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference softball action right after this on your hometown Wisconsin Sports Network, Zaleski Sports.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net. Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 3rd inning. The 9-1-2 spots due up, starting with the left fielder, Delaney Varsho. Varsho looks at one in the turf for a ball. 1-0 now to Varsho. The spring yard prep event is going on now at Fleet Farm. Score savings on soil, seed, mulch, and fertilizer as you get ready to bring your yard back to life. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Swing and a miss from Varsho. 1-1. The count to Varsho. And the Tigers, as that's another ball. Tigers with some work to do here. Down by 4. But Meverden on the mound, trying to keep this Evergreen lead, and a swing and a miss from Varsho. Now the count evens up at 2-2. And grounds that one right to Meverden in the circle. Throw to first in time for out number 1 as Varsho grounds out her first at bat. One down, nobody on. Back to the top of the order for the Tigers. It's third baseman Lydia Garvin. Garvin was walked her first at-bat. First pitch in the turf for a ball. The 1-0 in there for strike one. Now the count evens up at 1 apiece. That one just misses low for a ball. 2-1 now the count to Garvin. That one misses low, and it's ball 3. 3-1 the count to Lydia Garvin. And Garvin grounds that one to short, bobbled for a moment, throw to first, in time and on target for out number 2 as Garvin grounds out. It was Dakota Witucky making the play at short for the Evergreens. Now to the 2 spot in the order, it's the shortstop Ashlyn Barwick here for the Tigers. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first inning. First one just misses for a ball. And that one swung on, grounded over to third, but foul. And it evens up the count at 1-1 now to Barwick. And the 1-1 pitch. That one popped up out into right field and caught for out number 3, and that will do it for the third inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers at the plate, and your score remains 5-1. DC Everest will step aside and be back with the bottom of the the top of the fourth inning right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the fourth inning. DC Everest up to bat here in the fourth, starting with the 9 spot. 9-1-2 spots due up. It's the pitcher, Kelsey Meverden. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. Grounds that one out into left. That'll get through. That's going to be a base hit for Kelsey Meverden, the pitcher. And it's a leadoff base hit for the Evergreens here in the fourth. Back to the top of the order, the center fielder, Sydney Spear. And Spear is 1 for 1 in 2 at-bats. Had a double and reached on an error. And her 2 at-bats shows bunt there, called strike. And it's 0-1 now to Spear with a runner at first and no outs. Shows bunt again, fouls it at the plate. And it's quickly 0-2 here to Sydney Spear. She's trying to get Meverden to second. And a swing and a miss. Ball loose. Can't get it to first in time. And it is a strikeout for Spear, but she'll reach. She'll reach on the air. Or they didn't. All right, so they called it. Yeah, they did. So they did call it a strikeout. They didn't give Spear the safe at first. That's going to be grounded out into center field. That's going to bring another run in for the Evergreens. An RBI base hit for Kelsey Woolley. And it's 6-1, DC Everest.
Now batting catcher, Caitlin Kressel.
So Spear did strike out for out number 1. Woolley, and that is hit hard out into center field. Caitlin Kressel keeping things moving for the Evergreens. A base hit for Kressel.
Now batting third baseman, Mara Meverden.
One down, runners at first and second for the third baseman, Mara Meverden. And here's a courtesy runner for Kressel. Coming out there to run is Callie Ruda for the Evergreens. So Ruda comes in to run. And it is Mara Meverden up to bat. She's 1 for 2 in this one. A base hit, her first at bat, a ground out in her second. That's in there for strike 1 from Sternweiss. 0-1 now to Meverden. And Meverden, that's lined out to right. Another hit. And this one is likely to bring home another run for the Evergreens, and it does. An RBI base hit for Mara Meverden, as the Evergreens go up 7-1 on the Tigers. Woolley comes in to score.
Now batting shortstop, Dakota with
Ruda advances to second. Mara Meverden to first on the base hit. Now Dakota Watucky up to bat. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1, does Watucky. 1-0. Runners at first and second, still 1 out, 7-1 DC Everest. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Watucky. Watucky is 0 for 1 and 2 at-bats, a strikeout and a walk. Pops that one up into shallow right field, and it's caught for out number 2. Runner going to head to third, and she'll get there. Ruda advances to third base. So 2 down now. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Now for Brooke Brown up to bat. Watucky flies out to right. Brown has been walked, she's 1 for 1, had a triple in the second inning and was walked in the third. Was Brooke Brown. She has scored twice. Oh, and they're going to call an out. They're going to say that the umpires are going to say that Ruda didn't tag up. So they say that Ruda never tagged up when she went to third. So she is out for out number 3. So that's it. Ruda, the umpires say didn't tag up. She's out from her spot at second. That'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. But DC Everest, they put up 2 more runs. Yeah, they put up 2 more runs here in the top of the 4th inning. They go up 7-1. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back after this on your hometown Wisconsin Sports Network, Zaleski Sports.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Welcome back, everybody. The Marshfield Tigers up to bat. Shyla Brogan will lead things off for Marshfield. The 3-4-5 spots due up, starting with Brogan. Then it's Madison Kraus and Raina Manlick for the Tigers. It's 1-0 here to Brogan with, again, Kelsey Meverden on the mound. That one misses again for a ball. 2-0 the count now to Brogan. And that's going to be popped up into shallow right, ranging up, making the play. That's out number 1. Brogan flies out as it's Lily Jessen out there in right, ranging up to make that play. 1 down and nobody on here for the first baseman, Madison Kraus. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout here in this one. That one's low for ball 1. It's time to get back to work. It's time to find a great job with great pay at Nicolay Construction. Find year-round work in carpentry, concrete, and steel that has you home every night. Stop in and see Brad or Rob at Nicolay Construction on 29th Street in Marshfield. Get back to work with Nicolay Construction. As we hear from our friends over at Nicolay Construction, Madison Kraus grounds out for out number 2. It was a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Tigers last inning, trying to avoid another one here. It's the catcher, Raina Manlick. She's 1 for 1 with a base hit. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. And here's the 1-0. That one just misses low. 2-0 the count out of Manlick. That one misses low again. 3-0 here as Kelsey Meverden just missing low on these pitches, it looks like. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count now to Raina Manlick. And Manlick hits that one hard out into right field. Another base hit for Raina Manlick. She's now 2 for 2 tonight. So Manlick now at first with the base hit. And it looks like Coach Linsmeyer going to bring in a pinch runner here, and it's going to be Lexi Fisher once again for the Tigers. Fisher comes in for Manlick. Now up to bat, the pitcher, Caitlin Sternweiss. She reached on a fielder's choice, her first at bat. And she fouls pitch number 1 off. Oh and 1. The count here to Sternweiss. And that one's grounded up the middle to short. Here's the throw to first, and it's a ground out to end the inning for Sternweiss, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the 4th inning. No outs scored for Marshfield on no runs scored for Marshfield on 1 hit. And your score 7-1 DC Everest after 4 complete. We'll take a quick break and be back with more Wisconsin Valley softball right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and 0 premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back, everybody. Brooke Brown up to bat for DC Everest to lead things off here in the fifth inning. 7-1, Evergreens lead the Tigers. 6, 7, 8 spots due up. Starting here with Brooke Brown. That one calls another ball. 2-0 the count now to Brown. So it'll be Brooke Brown, Taylor Friedel, and Lily Jessen for the Evergreens. And Brown looks at another ball inside from Sternweiss. 3-0. The count now to Brown. Three and 0. Swing and a miss. As the count now 3-1 to Brooke Brown. She was walked her last at bat. Again, she had the triple in the second inning, was walked in the third. And now here in the fifth, looks at a 3-1. Swing and a miss. And now the count runs full. Here to Brown. Checks her swing there. It's a high pitch. Ball 4. And Brown is walked.
Now batting, first baseman Taylor Friedel.
Walk number 3 of the evening for Caitlin Sternweiss on the mound. Now up to bat the first baseman, Taylor Friedel. And Friedel, the bunt, and she's out at first, but she advances Brown to second.
Now batting, right fielder Lily.
So Friedel grounds out with the sacrifice there. Out number 1. Now to the 8th spot, right fielder Lily Jessen. And Jessen looks at a ball. 1-0 to Jessen. Jessen's 0 for 2 as she looks at a ball that time. She struck out looking in the second inning and flew out to center in the third. She's got a runner in scoring position at second with 1 out. And that is hit well out there in the left field. It'll be a base hit for Jessen. Runner holds up at third. The base hit for Lily Jessen. And now runners at the corners for the pitcher, Kelsey Meverden. Meverden is 1 for 2. She grounded out in the second inning and had a base hit in the fourth. She goes to talk with Coach Schulfer. Now Meverden set to go here at the plate. Again, runners at the corners and 1 out here for Meverden. And runner going to steal second. Sternweiss looks to third. The ball gets by, and that's going to bring another run home for DC Everest. 8-1 now. The Evergreens lead it as an E5. Results in Brown coming in to score. Jessen advances to second base. That one misses. 2-0 the count to Kelsey Meverden. Runner at second, still just the 1 out. And that one's popped up. Stays in the infield, arranging over. It's dropped, and I think a little bit of miscommunication there for Marshfield as it was Liliana Anaya who came all the way over from second to make that play. That really should have just been Madison Krause's ball. It was kind of hit right to her there, but a little bit of miscommunication out there in the infield for Marshfield, and it's a foul nonetheless. 2-1 here to Meverden. And Meverden, that one is hit hard out into right center, and it's caught for out number 2. And that's a run-saving catch from Shyla Brogan out there in center field. As that one sounded like it may have been gone when it came off the bat. Thought there was a chance for it. Kind of hung up there, and Brogan makes the play. So Meverden flies out for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, the center fielder, Sydney Spear. Spear looks at a ball. Runner at third and 2 outs here for Spear. Spear is 1 for 2 in 3 at-bats. Got a double, a reach on an air, and struck out. The 1-0, make it 2-0. Here is the 2-0 pitch. That one grounded to short. Throw to first, and that'll end the inning. Out number 3 as Spear grounds out, but DC Everest puts up one more run on one hit. They leave one runner left stranded. It's 8-1. DC Everest leads it. We'll step aside. Be back with the bottom of the 5th right after this on Zaleski Sports.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
Welcome back, everybody. Marshfield up the bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen within just 1 week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, and everything else you find in your kitchen, Stone Innovations takes care of it all for you, from fabrication, design, and installation. For your next kitchen or bathroom, look to Stone Innovations in Plover. Also, H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield is hiring. H&S offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package. Get health, dental, life, and disability, 401k, cash bonuses, $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We are looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shift. Apply online at hsmgco.com. First pitch, a ball to Liliana Anaya, the second baseman, leading things off for Marshfield here in the inning. And Anaya flies that one out to right, and it is caught for out number 1. Now to the 8th spot in the order, it's the right fielder, Taylor Weiss.
Now batting, Claire Pierce.
And no, so we got Claire Pierce coming in to bat for Weiss. So Pierce takes Weiss's spot at the 8 slot. First pitch, a ball to Pierce. 1-0. That one grounded up the middle, right to Meverden, and the circle, and there's the throw to first for out number 2. So Pierce grounds out. 2 down and nobody on. Here for the left fielder, Delaney Varsho. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. And now Lexi Fisher in for Varsho. So Coach Linsmeyer making a couple of substitutions at the bottom of her lineup here. And Fisher swings and misses on pitch number 1. Swings on that one, grounds it to third. Here's the throw to first. That'll do it for the 5th inning. A ground out for Lexi Fisher. And a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. Your score remains 8-1. Evergreens lead Marshfield. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference action right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
But come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Welcome back, everybody. DC Everest up to bat. Blues Hair Studio on North Central Avenue is ready to help you get the summer's best cut and color. Schedule an appointment at Blues Hair Studio to look your summer best. Also, Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations with openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. Also, thanks to our friends over at Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Evergreens up to bat. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 spots due up for DC Everest, starting with the second baseman, Kelsey Woolley. Woolley's 1 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, and an RBI base hit. Here in this one for Woolley. And that one's going to be popped out into the infield, caught for out number 1. So Woolley flies out here in the top of the 6th, and looks like we do have a new pitcher for Marshfield as well. It is Lydia Garvin onto the mound for the Tigers. So Garvin gets a quick out on the mound. Now up to bat, the catcher, Caitlin Kressel. That one misses for ball 1. 1-0 to Kressel. Kressel is 1 for 3. A sacrifice fly, a fly out, and a base hit. That one hit hard out into center, but right to the center fielder for out number 2. Caught out there in center by Shyla Brogan. So quick 2 outs here with Garvin on the mound. Down to the 4th spot in the order, the third baseman, Mara Meverden. She's 2 for 3. A base hit, a ground out, and another base hit with an RBI. One misses for a ball. 2 down, nobody on. 1-0 count to Mara Meverden. That one's in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1 now to Meverden. That one way outside. Going to be a ball. 2-1 the count now. And that's lined out left, foul. And now the count evens up at 2-2 here to Mara Meverden. That one misses high. And now the count runs full here to Meverden. And that hit hard out into left. It will fall. And dropped out there and left, but Meverden will hold up at first. It is a base hit for Mara Meverden. Now to the 5 spot in the order, it's the shortstop, Dakota Witucky. Witucky's 0 for 2 in 3 at-bats, a strikeout, a walk, and a flyout. Runner at first and 2 outs here to Witucky. First one misses outside for a ball. And Witucky out into left field. That falls foul just barely foul as the count evens up to 1-1. But a well-hit ball by Witucky. The 1-1, high and outside. It's ball 2. That's in there for a strike as the count evens up to 2-2 now. High and away, it's ball 3. And now the count runs full to Dakota Witucky. That's going to miss high, ball 4, and Garvin walks Witucky. So now runners at first and second base with 2 outs still for the left fielder. No, looks like not Brooke Brown. Carly Sherwinski up to bat. She comes in for Brooke Brown in the 6th spot. And 1-0 here to Sherwinski. That's going to miss outside. 2-0 now to Sherwinski. The 2-0 just misses. Ball 3 now. 3-0. And that's ball 4 as Sherwinski is walked.
Taylor Friedel.
And now, so now it looks like Brianna Cook is in for Friedel, it looks like here.
Now batting Brianna Cook.
So Coach Schulfer mixing up the lineup a little bit here for DC Everest as Brianna Cook will get her first at-bat of this one as Sherwinski was walked. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here for Cook. 0-1. Make it 0-2. And here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss as Cook goes down swinging for out number 3, the first strikeout of the night for Garvin on the mound. So no run score for DC Everest. 3 runners left stranded on 1 hit and 2 walks. But the Evergreens still lead Marshfield 8-1 after 5.5 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference softball action right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Lydia Garvin up to bat here for Marshfield as she looks at a strike on pitch number 1. 0-1 to Garvin and grounds that one to short. Here's the throw to first, out number 1. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Ert State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more. Marshfield residents, find Carrie Van Ert State Farm on Facebook to get started. Garvin grounds out for out number 1. Now up to bat the shortstop, Ashlyn Barwick. Barwick checks her swing, and it is a ball. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Rush with Whitetail Properties. Just share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. 715-213-4468. Barwick with the base hit for the Tigers.
Center fielder, Shyla Brogan.
Now it's Shyla Brogan, the center fielder, up to bat here. So runner at first and 1 out here for Brogan. Brogan is 0 for 1 and 2 at-bats, reached on a fielder's choice, and then flew out to right. That one fouled at the plate, but again, if Tigers are going to try to climb back in here, this would be the spot in the order to do it. At the top of the order, Garvin grounded out, but then Barwick with the base hit. Now Brogan out of the 3 spot. Here's the 0-1. In there for strike 2. And on the mound for DC Everest, it has been Kelsey Meverden from the start of this game and still out there here in the 6th. 0-2 the count. Inside for a ball, 1-2. That one in the turf for a ball, and the count evens up at 2-2 now to Brogan. And Brogan grounds that one hard to third. Good grab, and the throw to first in time for out number 2. And that was a tough play and a great play made by Mara Meverden there at third.
Catcher.
And there's out number 2 as Brogan grounds out. Barwick advances to second. Now the first baseman, Madison Kraus, up to bat. Kraus 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out in her 2 at-bats. That one misses outside for a ball to Kraus. 1-0. That's in there for strike 1, and now the count evens up at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch in there, strike 2. The 1-2 is going to miss outside for a ball. Now the count evens up at 2-2 to Kraus. Kraus lines that one into right, but foul. And that one grounded at the plate, and it looks like Kraus got herself in the foot and the ankle there. Count's going to remain 2-2. Those never feel good. As Kraus takes a minute just to walk that one off. Swing and a miss. And Kraus goes down swinging for out number 3. Strikeout for Meverden, her third of the night in the circle. We'll step aside. It remains 8-1 DC Everest. Back with the top of the 7th right after this on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business. And I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Welcome back, everybody. 8-1 DC Everest leads Marshfield, and a word from the great folks over at Heartland Farm. Heartland Farms. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms, with roots in Amherst and now based in Hancock. This 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes and currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. Up to bat here for DC Everest. Well, it was Lily Jessen. We might have somebody else here. Yep. Callie Ruda up to bat. So Callie Ruda, her first at bat, in for Lily Jessen. 2-0 the count here to Ruda. So again, Garvin on the mound, or excuse me, in the circle for Marshfield. That one's going to miss again, and quickly 3-0 here to Ruda. That one misses inside for ball 4. So Garvin walks Ruda. Now a runner at first. And no outs here for Kelsey Meverden up to bat. And with Meverden batting here, that's probably a good indication that she's going to finish this thing out on the mound, at least in the 7th. If Marshfield isn't able to tie it up. It's a ball 1-0 to Kelsey Meverden. Meverden is 1 for 3. Got a ground out, a base hit, and a fly out to center. That one's going to miss high. Another ball 2-0 here to Meverden. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it's ball 3. So 3-0. The count now to Meverden, and Garvin in danger of walking back-to-back batters to start this inning. And that's in there for a strike. 3-1. Meverden grounds that one at the circle. Throw to first in time as Meverden grounds out for out number 1. And back to the top of the order in for Sydney Spear. At the 1 spot, it is Caitlin Smith. So Smith, her first at bat. DC Everest Emptying the bench, as they say. And Smith grounds that one, third baseline foul. That's in there for a strike. And the count now 0-2 here to Smith. And she fouls that one off at the plate. Here's the 0-2, and that one hit hard out into right center field, and getting under it is Brogan for out number 2. Runner advances to third. And the fly out from Caitlin Smith brings out number 2. Now to the 2 spot in the order, it is Stacy Przebelski. So Stacy Przebelski in for Kelsey Woolley at the 2 spot. Przebelski out into left field. That's an RBI base hit for Stacy Przebelski, and DC Everest goes up 9-1 now. And Aruda comes in to score for DC Everest. Now to the 3 spot, catcher Caitlin Kressel. And that's foul for a strike. 0-1 now to Kressel. Kressel is 1 for 4. Had a sacrifice fly in the first, fly out to left, then a base hit and a fly out to center. 0-1 the count here to Kressel. Runner at first and 2 outs. That's lined out into left field. It's a base hit once again for Caitlin Kressel. And the Evergreens not content with the lead here. As now we'll have a runner coming in for Kressel. Looks like Callie Ruda. Callie Ruda just scored.
Now batting third baseman, Mara Meverden.
And now it's the third baseman, Mara Meverden, up to bat, and Meverden is 3 for 4 in this game. 3 base hits, an RBI, ground out. Runners at first and second here to Meverden. That's in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. 1-1 the count here to Mara Meverden. That's going to miss high and away for a ball. 2-1 the count now. And that one grounded on the third base line. That is fair. It will bring in another run for the Evergreens, and that is an RBI stand-up double for Mara Meverden. She's now 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs in this one. 10-1. DC Everest leads it.
Now batting Dakota with Tucky.
Brings home Przebelski. Kressel holds up at third. So we've got runners at second and third now. That's Ruda at third, rather. Meverden at second. The shortstop, Dakota Witucky, now up to bat. Witucky grounds that one to short. Here's the throw to first, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning as Witucky grounds out. But DC Everest puts up 2 more runs here in the 7th inning on 3 hits, a walk, And 2 runners left stranded. 10-1 DC Everest. Last chance for Marshfield here to try to make a last-ditch effort and tie this one up or take the lead. We'll step aside, be back with the bottom of the 7th right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Welcome back, everybody. Spectrum Benefit Solutions with offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started. 5, 6, 7 spots due up for Marshfield. The catcher, Raina Manlick, will lead things off. Also coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy, with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds. Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. 1-0. The count here to Raina Manlick. She is 2 for 2 in this game. 2 base hits in 2 at-bats. That one fouled back. Evens up the count at 1-1 to Manlick. And that one, a short, slow rolling grounder to Meverden. The underhand toss to first in time for out number 1. So Manlick grounds out. 1 down now. On to the 6th spot in the order. Was the starting pitcher from this game, Caitlin Sternweiss. Sternweiss is 0 for 1 in 2 at-bats. Reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. Grounds that one right through the gap and to left, and I'll give that a hit. So Sternweiss at first. On to the 7th spot, the second baseman, Liliana Anaya. She's 1 for 2 with a base hit and a flyout, also an RBI. First pitch in there for a strike to Anaya. Here's the 0-1 in there for strike 2. That one in the turf for a ball. Here's the throw to second, and they're going to have Sternweiss stealing second. And there is out number 2. So 2 down now. DC Everest 1 out away from closing this thing out. 1-2 the count to Liliana Anaya. And Anaya fouls that at the plate. And Anaya grounds that one up the middle. That's a base hit for Liliana Anaya. So a couple of hits here in the inning, but 2 outs with Sternweiss getting tagged out heading to second. Now Anaya's at first with 2 outs. And now Taylor Weiss up to bat, and Weiss fouls the first pitch off. So 0-1 to Weiss with a runner at first and 2 outs. Again, the Evergreens 1 out away from sealing this one. And Weiss fouls that back. 0-2 the count now. The 0-2 pitch just misses high. And the count 1-2 to Weiss. That one low, another ball. Evens up the count at 2-2 now. And that's in there, called strike 3. And that will do it for this one as Kelsey Meverden ends things with a strikeout in the circle for DC Everest. And the DC Everest Evergreens take down the Marshfield Tigers 10-1 here in this one. Marshfield falls to 4-3 overall, 1-3 in conference play. DC Everest improves to 8-0, 5-0 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play here in this one. Coming up next is your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. So we'll step aside here from our friends over at Nasonville Dairy and be back with your post-game show right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome into the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. Here in this one, it was DC Everest getting the win over Marshfield 10-1. Go through your runs breakdown for you. Marshfield, they just had that one run in the second inning off the RBI base hit from Liliana Anaya. And then for DC Everest, they put up one run in the first inning, two in the second, two in the third, two in the fourth, one run in the fifth inning, and two runs in the seventh. So pretty well balanced. And you got one in the first, two in the second, two in the third, two in the fourth, one in the fifth, and two in the seventh. Only inning they did not score a run was the sixth, but otherwise 1 and 2 runs every single inning this game. Pretty consistent performance for the DC Everest Evergreens, and as mentioned, they improved to 8-0, 5-0 in conference play. Marshfield falls to 4-3, 1-3 in conference play. Of course, DC Everest undefeated. They lead the Wisconsin Valley Conference in first place as of the end of this game. And DC Everest, as you look ahead for them, their next game will be at home against Spash on Thursday. So another conference game for the Evergreens. And for Marshfield, they'll have a conference game as well. Their next game is at Merrill on Thursday. So that's what's coming up for these two teams. But in this one, it was DC Everest getting the win over Marshfield 10-1. That brings us to the end of your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. And with that, for myself, Cale Jacoby here at Zaleski Sports, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Glad to have you in. And also, before I forget, a reminder that coming up later tonight on the Zaleski Sports Highlight House Facebook page, we'll have highlights of this game along with interviews with Coach Shelfer from DC Everest and our Highlight House player of the game, Mara Meverden. So be sure to stay tuned for the Zaleski Sports Highlight House Facebook page later tonight for the highlights and interviews from this game. That brings us to the end of our broadcast. My name is Cale Jacoby. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports here tonight, and we'll see you next time right here on your hometown Wisconsin Sports Network, Zaleski Sports.